So how do you get your first client on Instagram? Well, luckily for you, I'm going to tell you exactly how to do it in this video. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I help people build their influence and their income on Instagram. Now look, getting your first client on Instagram does depend on many different things. But one of the most important things is whether people like you or not. Now let me get one thing straight. Do not try to make everyone like you. It's impossible to do. And if you try to please everyone, you'll please no one. Unfortunately, to have people to like you, some people are going to have to dislike you, and you have to become comfortable with that. But how do you get people to like you? Well, quite simply, you personally have to show up. You have to show people who you are. You have to show people what your values are, what it is you believe in, your morals, and how you go about your day and your personality. And the best way to do that is to tell stories. You've probably heard the quote before, facts tell, stories sell. And it does ring true. And I think that it's extremely important that, look, throughout all of your content, throughout your time on Instagram, make sure you are telling your personal story. Now, we have to become quite sort of understanding about is that your story doesn't have to be a story of earning millions of pounds or earning thousands or whatever it might be for it to be a good story and for it to actually get you clients. You have to tell a story in such a way that it shows your personal transformation, or it shows your journey, or it just shows something that your audience can resonate with. And the more that your audience can resonate with you personally, the much more likable you become as a person. But also you have to understand as well that being likable is not, the only way that people are going to buy from you. So you have to have the entire package surrounding you, but being likable is that first step. But then that brings me on to the next thing, which is putting the right funnel in place, depending on what your service or what your product actually is. So look, I've got my iPad here. I'm just going to show you a quick diagram so you can understand. It's a very simple funnel that anyone can really put into action. So the first step of the funnel is, of course, your content. Now your content, there's a lot of mistakes that people make with their content. One of the biggest mistakes is that they don't create content that positions them as an authority. And that's the first thing you need to do. Your content must position you as an authority in your space. Now, how do you do that? Well, it's quite simple. You just have to first solve problems. Second, make people aware of their problems. But at the same time, you have to talk about things in such a way with a level of certainty that shows people that you are confident in what it is you're doing. Because where there is confidence, there's clarity. Where there's clarity, there is authority. Now, what you don't want to do is fall into the trap of just doing, the sort of dancing reels, trends, and all those types of content, because naturally they do not position you as an authority, and in fact can really diminish your authority more than what you might believe they actually do. So the first thing is authority building content. But the second thing is that content, it must push people towards the next stage of your funnel. So it's going to push people along, I apologize for the messy writing, along the funnel. And that brings us to the next stage of the funnel, which is conversations. And when you're having conversations with people, I'm spelling it wrong. When you're having conversations with people, these are going to take place in the DMs. Now, you just want to make sure that when you're having conversations with people, you're talking to them in a very casual way. Okay, you're not going to be trying to push anything onto people. You're just having a general conversation, seeing how people are, seeing what they're doing, seeing what they're getting up to, and just feeling out whether this person is going to be someone who actually needs your help in the first place, and then someone who's actually going to be a good fit. So sort of the ambition of these conversations is to find out whether they are a good fit, find out whether they are problem aware. Now you get some people, I'll quickly explain that, some people are aware that they have an issue, but are not quite aware of what the issue is. Whereas other people are aware they have an issue and they know they need to sort of take an action to fix that issue. And they're the types of people you want to be talking to. And if those people you're talking to are not problem aware, you need to find a way to make them problem aware before you take them to the next stage of your funnel. So first, find out if they're problem aware. If they're not, make them problem aware. Second, make sure they're a good fit in terms of the problem they have you can solve, and they seem like the type of person you can help. Then all you're going to do is you're going to push to a call. So we've gone from content to a conversation in DMs to next being on a call. Now this call will most likely take place on Zoom. You might want to take it place on Google Meet or Skype. It doesn't really matter. But the whole point is to get people onto a call to first qualify, then to begin to show them how you can help. And the important thing here is to qualify people. Now, look, qualifying, there's many different ways to qualify people, and it's really dependent on what it is you're trying to do and what it is you're offering. You might need to financially qualify people. You might have to qualify people in terms of their capabilities, their situation, the problems they have, and so on. You can decide what that criteria is, but you must qualify people on a sales call before you even make them an offer. And what will happen is that you will then decide on this call, do you make them an offer? That's meant to be a tick. Or do you not make them an offer? And you are in control of that. So you don't want to be making offers to people who you can't help. After you've made an offer, hopefully they will then convert. And that's the final stage of this funnel where they convert. And then you onboard, and then you get them all the amazing results that they're looking for. Okay guys, so it's an extremely simple funnel. But also understand that this funnel, it's not just someone comes in and then they pop out and they never come back into it again. It's a constant cycle. So actually the better way to draw this could perhaps be like a circle. But instead what I'm going to do is show you that, look, someone might see your content, they see your authority, they see that you are someone that can help, and they begin having a conversation. But then from that conversation, it doesn't go any further. So what happens? They go back to your content. Okay? And the same will happen further down the funnel. You have a conversation, you push to a call, perhaps they don't convert. What happens? They come back to your content. And this will happen throughout your funnel and can happen over quite a large time span. I've had it before. I've had people drop off of a conversation. I've had people who haven't converted on the call, but then they've come back to me a few weeks, a few months later, and then they've converted. Okay, so a very good top tip here for you is to make sure that any objections you get, whether it's an objection within the conversation, whether it's an objection you get within the sales call, take those objections and create content around those objections. And what you will then do is, over time, those people who have dropped off, also new clients, new potential clients who may have those objections, you crush those objections immediately, and it helps people to get introduced to your ecosystem much easier. They can have a conversation, they have a call, and it becomes much more easier for you to then convert them and get your first client. So look, you can literally apply these ideas all the time, whether it's for your first client, whether it's for your second, your 10th, your 100th, however many clients, you can always apply this funnel and the idea of stories throughout your time on Instagram, and it will help you to consistently get leads and get prospects coming through onto your programs or buying your service or product. Okay, but look, I think that if you are someone who you are passionate about something, you have a skill set in something, you are really believing in something that you want to have an impact on this world, you owe it to yourself to learn how to sell yourself. You owe it to yourself to learn how to communicate your value in such a way that you actually get paid for your expertise. Because believe me, until you understand how to communicate your value and how to sell yourself, you will not be able to have the impact on the world that you want to. And that's just a fact. No matter how much help you want to have, and no matter how much you want to help people to succeed, live the sort of life that they want to live, that will not be possible if you can't communicate your value and sell what it is you're capable of doing. Okay, so look, if you're someone who wants to do that, you have to invest in yourself. If you want to get there faster, you have to invest in someone who can help get you there in the time you want to get there, and someone who has been there and done it already. So look, what I've done for you guys is, down below, I've dropped a link for you to book in a free strategy session to join my 6-figure Instagram program. So whether you're a business owner, whether you're a creator, creative, or whatever, if you're someone who already has a following, where you're already earning a fairly decent amount of money from either your job or from Instagram, but now you want to take it to that next level and start earning 10,000 plus per month and get paid for your expertise and have the impact on as many people as possible, click the link down below, book in that free call. Let's see if you're a good fit for the program, and let's see if we can take you to that next level. Okay guys, but look, other than that, I appreciate you guys watching the video, and we look forward to seeing you guys in the next one.